yes, it is GenCon, day 2, reviewing the things that only matter to me. I will be joined by Bernardo from Tabletop Island shortly, very shortly. But first, time to go through ye old PowerPoint. This will be a lot shorter. In fact, if we do this every day, it will always be shorter. At least 10 minutes, probably 20. Don't expect this one to go as far. I think the first one went about 45 minutes. So this one will definitely be shorter, but it's going to cover up everything that we did earlier. We'll cover today's a little bit of what we talked about yesterday and so on and so forth. Now, Bernardo should be joining me soon. He was here earlier. Hopefully he's going to join me. I'm going to give the man, because I'm about to do a PowerPoint. I prepared a PowerPoint today. And so we're going to talk about that, let me see. What's today's topics? I'm going to be a little cheeky with my little complaints, which no one wants to hear, but you're going to have to hear. And then I'm going to talk about what we got, what we want from GenCon, breaking news, and breaking news includes something that I totally forgot to cover last time. And Bernardo reminded me at the beginning, and I totally forgot toward the end. But I didn't forget. I put in the PowerPoint. So I don't know if he's able to join me. He came in here earlier, and I was busy cleaning the room. I am about to go to the beach, so I'm almost there. So you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do this. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share the ever-loving screen. If he comes in later, he'll let me know. Let us go ahead and look at my screen. Let's see which window I want to look at. Here we go. Got my presentation ready to go. GenCon, day 2. Let's do it. First off, vaccine mandate. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of vaccine discrimination. Never have been. But remember, GenCon says they are doing this for your safety. And as you can see here, they care about your safety. Warning, this video contains truth that could symptoms such as irritation and discomfort may occur. There you go. Now that seems very safe to me, right? And people just like elbow to elbow and everything, just crowded in front of the front doors, crowded in the rows of the marketplace. Yeah, but remember, they care about your health and safety. GenCon, you hypocrites. All right, moving on. That was my cheeky part. I'm going to talk about Gray Fox Games. Gray Fox Games getting busted. We talked about, and we even debated, Bernardo and I debated on whether they were selling some of those crowdfunded games at GenCon. I said, I bet they are. Finally had someone go in, check today. Sure enough, they are. And here's the deal. Bernardo has a different perspective. If he gets on, I'll let him backtrack and cover this. But how it works is the backers, you need to respect the backers. Yes, I understand GenCon is the WrestleMania of board game conventions. You got to be at GenCon. If you don't get your games to GenCon, you're missing out on tens of thousands of dollars. I understand that. I understand that for the people there. The backers gave you the money for that game. And they have not, in my opinion, they've not treated the backers that well. They've abused them. These are the people who backed the game, funded the game, and we're not getting it till next month. But GenCon's getting it now. Now, I know some people like Queen Games, but there's a caveat that they can sell at conventions prior to giving it to the, and that's fine. And maybe Gray Fox Games has something like that. Maybe they have another one of their billion excuses they've had for this whole thing. I'm just going to tell you this. I'm done funding anything from Gray Fox Games. But, however, I'm not going to be as brash to say I'm not going to buy anything from them. I'm just not going to back him anymore. I feel abused and neglected, and like an abusive wife, abusive husband, when the wife says, "Oh, but you gotta be more understanding to them. They just had a bad time, or it wasn't their fault, or it was things beyond their control. They're under a lot of pressure right now." Okay, I'm done making excuses for my abusive companies that I fund. So done funding games, not buying games from them. Still open to buying games, but done funding games. They join the list of only 2. They're the second publisher I will never back a game from. Okay. And like I said, again, I'd buy games, but I'm not going to back you. I'm not going to back you on GamesFound. I'm not going to back you on Kickstarter because I think that you treat the fan. And there's circumstances beyond your control. I realize that. I realize you got to make money too. But the fans come first. I do not feel that we have come first at all through any of these campaigns. I feel like it's been a little shady. So this is it. This wasn't the final straw. I was already done. I wasn't going to back anything. Last Light looks great, but unfortunately, I will not back another Gray Fox game. Buying them, yeah, sure. And like I said, I'm sure there's good people there. I'm sure that everyone's got an excuse, right? Every abusive husband has an excuse. So they got an excuse, but I'm done at this point. All right, done with the negativity. What did we get? What did we get? Yes, I'm not even there. I'm a Gen Cantor, and I got stuff. So what you got? That's the section. What you got here? Let me tell you, first off, what I got. My buddy Josh got to go on the floor, and he bought me a copy and him a copy of the promo die for Deep Sea Adventure. I love Deep Sea Adventure, a little pocket game, super fun. This one is supposed to help advance your diver, go a little bit faster, and help you return back to the surface before you run out of air. One of the common things in this, and this happens a lot, we do 4 rounds instead of 3, and still no one wins because no one can get to the top. Unless you dive very shallow and come right back, which where's the fun in that, right? So these die are supposed to expedite that process. I think they will revolutionize this game. I love the game regardless. We think it's funny when your guys drown. Actually, you played this game. My nephew's here with me right now. Deep Sea Adventure, remember? The submarine game, Glub, Glub, Glub? Yeah. Yeah, they came out with a mini expansion with dice. Yeah, yeah. Wooden tray, which is unnecessary. But can't wait to see these. Thank you again, Josh. Now, Bernardo, if he's here, I can't see him because all I can see, I'm working off one screen here, dude. So text me if you're here. But the second thing we got here, and this is what Bernardo was getting, the Great American Mail Race. I mentioned this game. I said it looks great. It is from Big Potato Games. I will get this at he's here. Okay, so hold on just a moment. Let me back up here. Hold on, let me stop sharing. Let me bring him in because I definitely want Bernardo in on this. Here he is. Okay, so Bernardo, first off, I talked about Gray Fox Games.
Oh no!
So you do your counter. You do your counter.
Okay, so so your argument is that it's wrong. The backers didn't get their games yet, and
I want to have backer abuse stopped.
Fair. Well,
because we paid top dollar. We paid top dollar. We're the ones that got the game funded and got them to do the run. We deserve a lot more respect. This isn't, again, I don't know if you heard me, but I'm not banning myself from ever buying a Gray Fox game. I will. I'm just no longer going to back them on Kickstarter or GamesFound anymore. I'm done. We talked about Last Light. It looked cool, but I said, I'm done funding Gray Fox games. They haven't been, in my opinion, very truthful. And they've been a little shady, in my opinion. And all that means for me, like I said, I'm sure they're good guys, but I don't think they treat the backers very well. So I'm done backing games after this. I still hold out that I'll buy games from them. I'm just not going to back anything. So, but go ahead, say your spill.
Yeah. So I feel like because it's like they're shipping it now, right? So within a month, everyone will have it. It's a little different when you have to not only pay to have it stay in a warehouse, but also pay shipping carriers to do it. Now, granted, I obviously there's like morality concern here, right? In terms of like what people think is right, what the business has to do to thrive and to keep pushing, right? They have product, they have it in their warehouse, they have access to it, and they have extra stock, so they're selling it at GenCon. They get it before the Kickstarter backers. I think if they're getting it for the same price the Kickstarter backers is, I'd be pretty upset if they're getting it at a retail rate that's like $30 to $40 more than it sucks. It does suck, but
again, like I said earlier, you may have missed it. If they don't get them to Gen Con, they miss out on tens of thousands of dollars. I understand that. It's a big boon for them if they get it on time. You got to respect the backer a little bit much. But I love this. I love different opinions. He doesn't care if they sell the convention before you get yours. And hey, good. Everyone is different. And I'm going to point that out. Not everyone feels the same way as me. There are people that do feel Some people are done with Gray Fox games completely. I'm not. I said I'd still buy games from them. I'm just not going to back anything from them. I don't feel that I've been respected in this whole transaction. And I feel like if I'm paying money, if I'm putting faith in the product before anyone else, before the game's even created, I think I deserve a little bit better treatment. However, not everyone feels that way. I'll tell you this, I think it's Jordan. I told Bernardo, I have the ultimate patience with Queen Games because they're always regularly, besides the COVID year, 2 months is classically 2 months behind on their promised date all the time. So, I give them a break and you give them a break for selling at the convention before you get it. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
It doesn't bother me either. And for one reason and one reason only is if I paid for that a year and a half ago, then the money I got for that convention, I could spend it on other games.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So anyway, I got Deep Sea Adventure. Buddy got it for me. Huzzah. I was texting him and Bernardo at the same time. So Bernardo, and I'm going to go ahead, reshare the screen again. Let's do this. Light Brutus. You got some Great American Race, mail race, right?
I haven't gone yet. I was going to go today to pick it up. I'm going to go tomorrow. I didn't feel like going anywhere today. But yeah.
Game looks excellent.
Yeah, it looks great. I love the stamp. It's one of those things where it just looks classical. It's like novelty. Yeah. It's the same thing that draws me into Food Chain Magnate, even though I haven't played it.
I was going to say this game reminds me, picture-wise, of Food Chain Magnate.
Yeah, I like it.
Shut up. I was thinking about that today.
Yeah, I mean, it does.
I mean, it's a lot lower. I mean, it's not a table hog or anything, but this is this looks like a fantastic game. Can't wait to get it in my hands. I will tell you this, there is an outside chance I may buy it because I forgot I'm traveling and other targets may have it. So I might get it, but early, but it does look pretty sweet.
Yeah, the stamp, it's like, obviously I probably would want to scan the whatever you're stamping, because the last thing I'd want to do is run out of those sheets and be like, I can't play this anymore, I lose.
And there's the weird thing, I hate roll and writes. I despise a roll and write.
I laminate them if I even thought about it.
I got you. Yeah. Stamping is just so cool.
It is.
I am such a hypocrite. I hate to write the score. I hate the little score pads because eventually those will go away. Eventually, yes, the stamp pads will go away. And you won't be able to get extra because the game's eventually going to go out of print and we'll never get it again. And then you have to find photocopies of this or whatever. I'm such a hypocrite, though, I admit it, but the stamp thing is so daggone cool.
Yeah, rolling stamp is what you need in your life.
It looks like a mailbox. Get out of here.
It does.
Everything is right with this game. Everything is right in the world with this game. This is right up my alley. Anyway, guess what I got in the mail and played already today?
Already? Your nephews
Crusaders, Divine Influence, available at GenCon, but I told you they shipped it to me a few days prior to GenCon. I got it today, same time as GenCon. I don't mind this at all. Are you listening, Gray Fox Games? I don't mind this at all. So, played it. Really good. My nephew's here. He played it with me. It's a better way just to kind of, because there's no videos on this yet. I hope to come out with the first review. Instead of wasting a turn to upgrade one of your tiles, there's a lot more actions you can do that will automatically upgrade your tile. There's ways to move faster on the board, which I really like because it'll catch up your other horsemen if everything's been explored. So I like that. There's other ways to score points. There's new actions. There's new extra buildings you can build. So you can add on to a certain add-on building to certain other building. Like a castle has a, what's it called? The castle has something you can add onto it. I can't remember what they're called, but they all have, the bank has vaults. The church has a chapel. And so everything has a secondary building you can build, and it doesn't have to be on top of your building, someone else's. And those also give you bonuses. Yeah. So way more things you can build. You can muster up to 9 now. I mean, honestly, this is a little bit more of everything. It's done really well. It's for anyone who likes Crusaders, they will be done. Do you need this? No, it's not a must-have expansion. However, it is a solid expansion. and does give you, like I said, I love that because you take a risk by upgrading a pedal, right? Because that you basically waste a whole turn. But now they say, okay, well, now you can do certain actions that automatically upgrade your pedal. I love that. So good game. Glad I got it. For sale at GenCon right now.
I like the design, how the white shadowed background is the knights and stuff, like the riot.
You should play the base game. It's really fun. It's like a Macala. You pick up the stones and kind of plop them around. This one, you pick up the barrels and plop them around your rondelle, and how many barrels you have on that pedal, that's how big your action is. And it's great.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's really fun. And the expansion just enhances it. Doesn't change it. It doesn't change the feel of the game. It kind of speeds it up, gives you more powerful actions, and gives you more things to do. It just makes the game a little bit better, in my opinion. But that's exactly what this expansion should do. Very good, very good. Glad to finally have this. Been looking at this for years. It's available at GenCon. Now, ready. What we want at GenCon 2022. Look at that guy. What do we want?
Are you going to forget stuff? Did you write a list?
No. Here we go. Because that's coming later. Come on, Bauer. We need a live stream. We don't need short. I love you. I love you. We don't need shorts. I'm done with it. I appreciate that. They're easy to do. I get it. You're doing the best you can with what you got. We need more live stream. We need more Bauer Live. It drains the battery. You're worried about, killing time, but you're entertaining. You're entertaining as all get out. Give me more live feed. Give me more live stream.
PAX Unplugged, because I would give him all the equipment he could ever desire just to have him do that. Just because I think it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah, I loved watching the live stream. Live stream them playing board games in that big giant hall.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get ever as good as last year. Like, that was so wild. He was just giving it
great because he was giving the camera to people he didn't know so he could pee. He was worried about changing out the battery. I mean, it was excellent. He thought it was a disaster, but it was excellent.
Oh, no, it was great. He got information from a homeless gentleman that he had met.
That is fantastic.
Lessons. Yeah.
Like I said, it was gold last year. And I mean, hey, I'm ready to see more of that gold. I'm ready for him to do live interviews, walking the floor, doing stuff like that. I just want to see it live. I want to see my live coverage. And he is the best person at this. I really think he's entertaining. I love you anyway. It's fine. I'm halfway kidding about the shorts. But we talked about interviewing this guy last year and then we got busy, but maybe this year we need to have him on.
To be fair, I will say that I can definitely see the value. I do love his shorts because that's how I found his channel. When I was at GenCon in 2019, I was so overwhelmed that when I was looking on YouTube, as I was waiting outside the doors to go into GenCon, he was uploading videos. I was like, oh, this is great. I created my whole list while I was waiting outside.
He's a workaholic. Great. He's a workaholic. Hey, do you know what else we want? Come on, Twilight Imperium. Come on. Tell me for your 25th anniversary, you're giving me that second giant expansion with a bunch of goodness in it. I know you're not.
They just gave you something, didn't they? Didn't they just give you something?
They gave me squat. They gave me Twilight Inscription, a roll and write that I do not.
Oh, what did they get? When did they give you the last expansion? How long ago?
That was 2 years ago, I think.
2? Oh, wow.
We need more. We need more. Please, tomorrow, make me a happy man. Make me a happy man. Either propose to me or tell me you're giving me a second expansion.
Is it Fantasy Flight?
Say what? Fantasy Flight games.
It feels like they don't have a lot on their plate. Granted,
that's great.
Clearly looking out that in, but I feel like they have the time, right? Maybe
25th anniversary.
No Star Wars anymore?
Drop the big news. Make it happen. Make it. Also, I didn't put the slide in there. I should have. Restoration Games, Fireball Island. Fireball Island. Let's make it. Or the McDonald's game. I'll take any one of those announcements. Restoration.
I'm just thinking every time if Restoration's watching this, they're like, him in this dang McDonald's game.
If Restoration's watching this, they've already tuned out.
They said, okay. Oh, with the McDonald's game, we're leaving. Yeah.
Okay, so finally, Not one here, but something that well, no, we are going to talk about this. Breaking news. Bernardo is going to talk about this. Bring it. Bring it.
So I found this very interesting on Twitter.
Yes,
so
it is interesting.
It says, we're very happy to welcome gaming industry veterans, Mr. I'm not going to mispronounce his name, but in quotes it says Tak, and then Mr. Ken. And it says they're expanding our operations in Japan. Read all about it. Basically, they're going to have they expanding with a Japanese division for games, which is huge. I mean, granted, think about how much priority they have in like factories in China, for example, due to how much production they're doing, right? Obviously, you got this many numbers. I'm probably going to give you a lot of space in my factory because you're reliable and consistent. Now with this Japanese division, it's like they're going to have so many amazing markets, and I'm probably going to be interested in their Japanese games, which excites me even more if, you know, they don't translate to English because, right, certain IPs don't cross the Euro side. So, I'm excited.
They're already dominant over there, and this one is going to catapult them light years away from any other publisher. You realize that?
A new division. I've never seen this before, and
it's non-board in a way. It's non-board game announcement, but it is huge for a company. And to be fair, there's not much I like from them. I respect this company as all get out. A lot of their games I'm not fans of. The games I do have of theirs, fantastic. Everyone knows I'm a Marvel United fan. By the way, Simon, DC United.
Project Elite.
DC United. Project Elite. I would love to see an expansion for Project Elite too. I want to see Mega Monsters. Come on.
Yo, if they did that, I'd be tripping because
I mean, either one of those announcements would be great, and I'd probably wake up because I'd be dreaming. But I want both of those announcements. But I think Project Elite is great. It's one of the games we're bringing to the beach. It's the only game I'm bringing to the beach. Project Elite, all the way. Simon, make it happen.
You got to bring Escape too.
I would love that, but they're not the biggest Escape fans. My nephews aren't. Sorry. You enjoyed Escape.
Yeah.
Okay. So they did.
Heart.
All right. Sound like they didn't like him much. Watch this dude. He's maybe going to fall out. All right. So now this is not breaking news. This is something that I neglected to talk about last night, even though Bernardo reminded me. And then by the time we got to the end, I totally forgot. I made a slide for it. Are you ready? Queen Games rule supreme with Powerline, not Pipeline. I got it wrong. Powerline. This is coming to Kickstarter in August. It looks neat. Dirk Hen has done a few games that I've enjoyed, and whenever I buy Queen Games, I'm usually happy with it. I don't buy everything Queen Games, but I am usually happy with Queen Games. But it looks good. It looks interesting. Okay, dice selection. Always love that. A little bit of worker placement maybe in there too. I'm interested in what this game has to offer. I want to see more. We don't know much now. Maybe at the booth they're talking about it, but I will be interested in this one. Not many Queen, I'm hit and miss on Queen Games right now. Like I said, Marrakesh, if it didn't cost like $90 retail version, not deluxe version, maybe I'd get that one. But this looks good. This better than Steffenfeld reskins and reprints. Not dogging that. Glad they're doing it, but this looks interesting. Bernardo, you're a hater.
I can respect that Queen Games keeps continuity, not only in the box art, but their designs, because they've been Windows 98 since like day one, which is awesome. Honestly,
right.
I love it.
Okay. All right.
No.
I can't stand this hate anymore. This is outright hate.
They do have good games,
okay.
But I wish they would keep the temple themes,
All right. So to the chat and then the wrap. All right. Because like I said, it's always going to be 45 minutes yesterday, maybe 35 today, 25 the next day, and 15 the last day. Who knows? I mean, we're probably because we're going to have less and less to talk about in a way. Hopefully not. Hopefully big.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully we just get blown up with info tomorrow. Who knows?
I would love that. Yeah. Oh, the mail truck looks great, doesn't it? The mail truck looks great. There are Star Wars tabletops. Check them out. I'm not The one that I have that I'm not as big a fan on is Imperial Assault. It's a dungeon crawl, and I everyone said it was better than Descent. It's not, but I do have my game group interested in playing some more.
They're good Star Wars. Yeah, there is. I hear Outer Rim's amazing, and I hear good things about.
I hear Outer Rim, yes.
Yeah, I've not played though.
Twilight Strand doesn't interest you. Why does it? Okay, I'm not Roland Wright. I'm not a Roland Wright fan personally. To be honest, Twilight Imperium Rex, that game doesn't interest me either. I think it's just called Rex. I mean, I'm not all, but I will be, Jordan. I will be reading all 3 books by Tim Pratt that came out this year or last year that I hear aren't that good, but I still want to read them. I'll be reading them over the beach and everything. But look at that. Look at that. He's your friend.
You should
not a huge fan either. He said Escape is good.
Oh, okay. Escape is great.
Hold on. Amerigo is excellent. Fresco is great. There's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good. I can talk. Hold on.
You should just have a I Love Queen Games video.
I could do an I Love Queen Games video.
I'll do a live reaction video.
Hold on. I'm going to talk about some other ones since my Queen Games section is behind me, but it's over way on the other side. So I'll tell you some other Queen games that I just think are winners. I think Escape Zombie City is fun too, a little bit harder, but I did get that version. I do enjoy it. Do you have Escape Zombie City? I can't remember if you have that.
Luxor as well. I love.
Okay, Parfum making perfume. My nephews, when they heard about this, they're like, but we love Parfum, right?
Yeah.
Parfum is a winner. Parfum's a winner with us. We love some Parfum. Trying to think. Oh, Merlin. I love Merlin. I think Merlin is a good because I love me some Rondell action. This is an older game, but I think it's super fun. Ektor. Remember the Viking fighting game where you have the player shield? That's a lot of fun. I even had someone from my gaming group buy a copy of that, and they loved it so much. So there's some good stuff. I'm trying to think of.
You need runestones.
Well, we were going to play that. Oh, Colonia is an older game, but I really think that's good. Meeple management with that, like bidding with all these meeples. But
Meeple management is fun.
Have you played Colonia?
I don't know.
With all the meeples before? I don't know if you have, but either way, that's a good one. That's a good. Via Appia. My buddy Josh played that with me last time he was here and loved it. Bastille, worker placement game with these shields, and you empower with the shields. Really good stuff. So I think Alhambra. I love Alhambra. I don't even like tile placement games, but Alhambra's great. Templar, the Secret Treasures. I got all this Queenies. With all the Queenies, that's a fun game too. So there's a lot there. I think
a lot of wooden pieces. A lot of
wooden pieces. I could go on Neptune. I remember that was a fun one that I had.
The surfer one that you like.
Liguria, High Tide. Yeah. I have that one in my collection. Cool. Queen's Architect that I have fun with. That's got Rondell. That's the only personal Rondell. So yeah, there's a good many in there that I have in my collection that I enjoy. And but Luxor is one. I thought about that one. And I don't have every Queen game. Airships is an old one, and I think that one's really fun. It's a dice builder.
Yeah. Matt will buy Powerline without playing it because it looks good, but he won't buy. I want
to look at it. No, I have to look at it. Copenhagen. I talked about this one. Tetris. I don't know why they did Helsinki or whatever it was. It looks just like Copenhagen. So I'm not interested in that. I mean, I'm not always cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when it comes to Queen games. But I do. Oh, Discover India. That's one of your favorites. Yes. Discover India. Terrible box art, but that turned out to be a great game and one of his favorite games. I remember. Zen Garden is a lot of fun. My board game group loves that. Dang. Oh, I just got Old London Bridge. I told you about, and I thought that was really fun.
How big is your Queen game shelf?
A couple of cubicles there. Lancaster is in there. I have that one. That's great when you have like max players.
they have so many queenies for those games. Like if I tip Fresco to the
Not
side,
all of them have queenies, but yes, they do have a lot of queenies.
Yeah.
They do.
like shake up your Fresco box. Like that would probably make you cry. It's so ridiculous how many.
I mean, and they got, there's some other ones that I have in there that I'll be honest, I don't play as much, but I still like Cubo. It's a fast little dice game we have, and it's okay. It's a filler game. I'm not playing it as much as I used to. Inuk, which is it's a Queen Games kids game, like Memory on steroids, but that's kind of fun. I enjoyed that one. Gosh, I'm trying to think what else I have. There's another one there too that's a Queen Games. Oh! It's the Stefan Feld one. It Happens, and Inca. Just got that one too. Interesting puzzle game. Those are older games, so those are fun. So I got a few other ones that I don't play. Those last three I don't play as much, but anyway. So, all right, hold on. He has Outer Rim and expansions. Okay, see, a lot of people like that one. A lot of people like that.
Yeah,
one.
I hear great things about. That was the one I hear the most about.
And that's completely fair. That's completely fair, Jordan.
But Matt doesn't like anything.
Sorry, I wasn't looking at it. I was just thinking about it. Okay. So anyway, anything else to add for day 2? We're just covering the things that we cared about. Like I told you, this is going to be like 10 minutes shorter every time we do it. I hope there's big. If there's not,
I hope it isn't. I hope it just gets more that we get.
If we get big announcements tomorrow, that's the only way this thing goes 25 minutes. We're just going to cut it down 10 minutes every time. Last day will be a 15-minute thing, and if no news happens, we cut it down by 20 minutes. I bet.
Hero Skate. That's what I'm ready for.
Yeah, I know. We talked about that one yesterday.
Although I found new info on that, by the way. If you're familiar with Heroescape,
share the info and we'll call it. We'll wrap it.
New minis don't come painted like they used to, which I think is going to upset a lot of people, which sucks.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. That does suck. So if we there is another game at GenCon that I looked at that I thought was interesting, and I should have pulled that up. So maybe tomorrow, if I am available, if I have time, live from the beach, we'll cover that one. And hopefully there's gonna be if there's big news, we're coming back. So yeah. Oh, hey, thanks for tuning in. I love this. But how this starts is because me and this guy talk about it all day, texting, calling each other on the phone like little kids. This is a lot of fun, and we just want to cover a few topics. And of course, we'll cover any topics y'all want to talk about. We don't, we're just cherry picking here, not doing one big overview here. GenCon is like the WrestleMania for board game conventions. That's what it is. Okay, so I got upset little 5-month-year-olds. I still got to pack. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. If there's big news or news that's big to us, because usually Saturday is when the big news hits. Is that correct? It seems to me Saturday.
Oh my gosh, it's only Friday. Oh, yeah. Saturday is when Fantasy Flight did the one for 2 years ago. 3 years.
Yeah. So it seems to be that is where the big announcements are. So I'm Restoration Games, whatever announcement they make, we're in for it.
I think they announced everything they're gonna do. Oh, they did announce something new.
Well, we'll look at some other stuff. Hopefully there's big news, and hopefully we come back tomorrow. Again, expect these at least 10 minutes shorter than the previous one, because we're just not gonna, I'm not much for going a certain length, just going until we can talk about everything. But I'm not done being cheeky about GenCon. I got a great one planned for tomorrow. In fact, Bernardo probably should show up a little bit late so he can disavow everything I said at the beginning. Because it's pretty cheeky.
Let's just act like the first half didn't happen, guys.
They're doing daily announcements. What's nothing that we've been interested in so far. But
wait, did they announce something? What did they announce?
Nothing important for me.
You're gonna play the rolling right, and you're gonna be like, guys, I was wrong.
No,
just like you were for Legacy games. He said the same for Legacy games, guys.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So that's it for tonight. Hopefully, big news tomorrow. Hopefully, we come back even shorter.
No,
we're still going to come back because I do want to find that game. I want to find that game that I was interested in because it's a Rondell. You don't see many Rondell games. Like you don't see many knuckleball pitchers in Major League Baseball. You don't see many Rondell games. I want to find that game and kind of talk about it. And we'll hopefully see y'all tomorrow night.